Good afternoon, everybody. We're going to get started in about 3 minutes here. Looks like we're live on YouTube. We are going live on LinkedIn as well, and we'll be live on Facebook. I hope everyone's having a great Wednesday. We have a big announcement today. And I can't wait to talk to you guys about it and tell you what's in our ultimate cold email outreach playbook. We are actually releasing finally our new playbook that will have 143 pages. Now we are actually launching it tomorrow, so my marketing team won't be too happy with me today. But we're actually going to give you guys kind of a sneak peek and the opportunity to download the book today. So if my marketing team is listening, I'm sorry, but we're going to let you guys download the ultimate cold email outreach playbook today. For anyone listening to this live today here on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and all the other social channels. And what I've done is I've put the link in the description so you guys can download it right now. What we have, we're going to allow 150 people to download the book today. So if you currently are listening, click on the link. If not, I'll put it in the comment section, but the first 150 people will get the book today. And then tomorrow we're having our big launch. It will be actually tomorrow morning. We'll actually be on Product Hunt and a lot of different places with the new book. So the book is called The Ultimate Cold Email Outreach Playbook. And what I want to do today, it's a very different LinkedIn Live. I want to kind of go through what we're going to have in the book and kind of go through some of read some of the stuff that you'll be able to read in the book. So it is 143 pages. I know it's pretty long, but we feel that it has a lot of the stuff that you guys need to be very successful here in 2020. So while we're waiting, and before I get started, just let me know in the chat box where you're listening in from. Also, let me know if you have now downloaded the book, which I hope you have. If not, if you're having any trouble with it, just say, send me the book, send me the link, and I'll make sure the marketing team goes into my messages and sends that to you throughout the LinkedIn Live. So how the book's going to work, it's going to be 7 chapters. The first chapter is going to be talking about defining your audience, which is very important. You know, who is your ideal customer profile? What is your buyer's persona? So who are the actual people that are buying your product or service? And then we're going to talk about segmentation and how to segment a database list. All that's very important because if you don't know who your audience is, it's very tough to be successful in sales or to run a business. Because what you need to do is you need to almost mirror image your existing client base. So what I like to tell people is go to your existing client base, see how they look, see what they're interested in, see what their pains are, and then kind of mirror that for the rest of your client and your prospecting as well. Chapter 2 is a good one. It's going to be tools of the trade and system setup. So how to establish a quality check process. How do you warm up your domain? A lot of people think about sending emails and they go in like, okay, I'm going to send 100 emails. Well, you have to have a process to warm up your domain. It's very important. I was actually reading something last night where it's saying to kind of, you want to email, within your company, 5, 6 emails. So you're replying back and forth just to gain some, show Google or Microsoft, and verify that the domain is real, but also to help your domain as you warm it up. And then you slowly want to start increasing the amount of emails you're going to send, 10 to 25 to 50, and continue up. We're going to teach you how to authenticate your domain, how to boost productivity, polishing your signature. How should your email signature look? Also, how to how to prevent spam. There's certain words like free, discount, millions, get, great. Those are all spam words. And if those words are in your content, well, you're hurting yourself because most of the time your emails aren't going to be delivered. So we're going to talk about that in chapter 2. And for everyone that's just joining us now, I'm just going through the different chapters in the book that we're launching tomorrow. However, I gave everyone that's here today early access. So in the description, it should have the link. If not, in the comments section, just say, Sean, send me the link, send say something, and right after this live session today, I will make sure that I send you it. Chapter 3, we're going to talk about sales intelligence and data. You need data to be successful. If you don't have data, you can't really do prospecting. Or you can have your small little list that you might be using or that's in your CRM, but you need a database. And that's where we talk about chapter 1. You need to find who in that database is your ideal prospect. So we're going to talk about best practices on the ways to generate more leads, to what you should and shouldn't do when either purchasing or using a database. How to find every email you might need. There's different tools. There's tons of tools for everything. But if you need to find your email, we're going to teach you that as well. And how to use LinkedIn for connecting with people from your industry. LinkedIn should be a channel that has to be in your funnel. If you are prospecting and you're cold calling and you're emailing and you're SMSing, you should be connecting with them on LinkedIn. Why? Because if someone's receiving 200 emails a day and say 50 calls a day or 25 calls a day, if you're one of those 5, 6, 7 people that are connecting with them on LinkedIn, you have a better chance of being successful and getting that prospect on the phone. We're then going to go to chapter 4. We're going to talk about how to create an effective cold email outreach campaign. So we're going to talk about crafting and polishing compelling subject lines. We're going to talk about how to create networking subject lines. We'll also give you examples of all this. So there's going to be tons of examples in there with how to use subject line, what subject line is good, what not to use, how to come up with an effective email copy. It's so important. A lot of people spend so much time trying to find who they're going to prospect to and who that buyer might look like. But your messaging is more important than that. You need to make sure your messaging, has one call to action, doesn't have 5 to 7 links or too many attachments. We're going to teach you in this book how to create an effective cold outreach campaign. Follow-up strategy. How many follow-ups do you need for a cold email sequence? How many follow-ups do you need for a warm email sequence? We're going to teach you all of that in this book as well. And lastly, I think we're going to talk about how to create a balanced sales cadence. Balance is key, and that will be all part of chapter 4 in the book. As I said earlier, you could download the book as we speak. I would try and be one of the first 150 people before the launch tomorrow. Tomorrow, everyone could download it, but today we're only allowing 150 people to download the book. So try and be one of those people by just clicking in the description above. And as I said, I will put in the comment section right after the live session today. Chapter 5, examples of email templates that generate responses. We get asked this all the time by our clients. Do you have any examples that work for the insurance industry? Actually, I just had a call with somebody in the automobile industry. Like, do you have any examples of how a dealership can use auto close? We're going to teach you trigger events, cold outreach examples, how many, all the way from industry examples. We're going to show you how to leverage common interest with your prospects. All of that will be inside chapter 5. Promote your content. How to promote your content, just as important as how to distribute your content. We're going to show you how to use, who somebody that's viewed your profile and how to act once they've viewed your profile. Follow-up email templates, breakup emails, out-of-office replies. All of that will be in chapter 5, which is, the examples of the email templates inside your sequence. Number 6, we're going to talk about is, if you can't measure it, you can't manage it. So what we've implemented is A/B testing. You want to be able to A/B test your emails. A/B test your subject lines. And one of the cool things that we've done and we found is, try and do A/B testing, and then after a certain amount of days, move that campaign to either A or B. Therefore, if you have A that has a 65% open rate and B that might have a 25, well, you want to make sure you move that all to A after 14, 30 days, depending on how long your sequence is. Email metrics, how to analyze reports, how to track it will all be in this. I know it's actually in 143. I just see it's 147 pages. I know it's long, but it will be useful and help you with your prospecting here in 2020. Lastly, chapter 7 is going to be like join the community. You've got to be networking. You've got to be part of the community. We're going to talk about who the top sales leaders you need to be following today are. What are some SDR tricks? What are some free tools that you can use for your sales outreach? What groups do you need to be joining? What podcasts should you be listening to? What blogs should you be following? all of that is going to be posted in this book. So, as I said, I just want to kind of go on and do a very, very special LinkedIn with you guys today. It looks like we are still live here, and a lot of people are commenting, which is great. But use the link I provided you and download that book today. Be one of the first 150 people to read it. Also, give us your feedback. We try and do these books once a quarter, and I know this is a little bit of a different LinkedIn Live today, but my marketing team wanted me to do it tomorrow, but I decided to do it today. But I want to change it up a little bit and kind of give you guys some real value today. So I hope this book can provide the value that you guys need. And then next week we'll be back with another LinkedIn Live. I think I might have a special guest next week, but I'd love to hear your thoughts of the book. So maybe next week on the LinkedIn Live, if you've read it by next week, let me know your thoughts, because we always like to try and improve what you want to see in the next one. Do you want to see more about marketing? Do you want to see more about how to grow a business, et cetera, et cetera. So I hope this was useful. I hope this was kind of giving you guys a good preview. Once again, the book is currently not live. It will be live tomorrow morning. We will be on Product Hunt at 8 a.m. So if you do have a Product Hunt account, please come on and upvote us. But if you want to download right now, it is in the description. It will be in the comments in a few minutes. The ultimate cold email outreach playbook is launching tomorrow. Very excited. Thank you guys for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing all your comments. Take care.